Good morning from Australia, just outside of Sydney. And I'll just give it a minute or so before I start. Hopefully some of you are able to join me, otherwise it will be very short. I like to be here to answer your questions mainly. Yes, I'll just give it a minute or so. I'm just having a look. There's a couple of questions, here from this morning that I can get to. Hello, Kirsty. Oh, it's late for you, midnight. Thank you for joining. Anyway, so I will just get started on a topic, and then as people join, you are invited to ask questions as well. So, okay. So this week, the topic is, we're talking about the power of awareness. And awareness means, where is your attention? Is your attention on the circumstances? Yes, mostly, honestly, for most people, that is where the attention is. And that is why you would keep reliving the same circumstances, because your attention is on a version of reality that's not really what you're choosing, but you're aligning with it. So this morning I wrote a post on my page about what is states of consciousness. And states of consciousness is multiple different versions of awareness. Okay, so it's like multiple different movies that you're watching, right? And they're all playing out simultaneously. Okay, because everything happens in awareness. And in awareness is infinite. Consciousness is infinite. And any possibility, any version of reality exists in that one mind, in that awareness, right? Who you are identifying as, and the story, hello Carla, welcome, is the story that you're actually watching. So there's one version of reality, and you've been watching this story for quite some time. And whether it's a story of not having enough money, or whether it's a story of not being in the ideal relationship with your SP, with whoever, and this story is the one that you are so focused on. You continue to focus on the circumstances and wrestle with them. What you're trying to do is wrestle with the circumstances. You're not trying to change the current script, because that movie that you're watching is just one version of reality. And you can't change that script because it's playing, right? But then if you go out of that movie theatre into another movie theatre, where the version of reality that you want to be living in is playing. And you may switch in and out of these movie theatres. You may switch in and out of these states of consciousness. But that's still playing. That one, that desired reality they want is still playing. It hasn't stopped because you took your focus off it. It's still playing. It's just that you're not watching it. You're not observing it, because your attention is over here, watching this other movie that's unfulfillment. So you are not people. And I know I get caught up. I'm human too, and I'm human. Although I'm God, like we're all God, we're multidimensional. So we still have a human aspect, right? And I've done this too, is where I get caught up in the story. and I'm watching the story, and then, but you have to realize, and then you have to bring yourself back to awareness, go, I'm observing my thoughts, because it's all unfolding in your inner world. Everything unfolds in your inner world, and then it's like projected onto the screen of time and space. And so you're watching it. But if you're diligent in catching yourself going, is this the story? Is this the movie that I want to watch? Is this the version of reality that I choose? No. The version of your reality is the one that you want. You want to be in that relationship. You want to have the abundance. So you have to go straight to the end and not worry about the how or the transition. So whatever's happening in between, whether it looks good or bad, it doesn't matter, because you're not in control of it. The only thing you're in control of is your attention and your awareness of being in the end. Now, when I say, so just going back to this good or bad, right? So say you choose this movie and then the total opposite happens, right? Immediately you're back to trying to fix. You're back into fixing mode. What do I need to do? I'm not doing enough. I need to visualize more. And then you start even arguing with the circumstances. Oh, how do I need to behave? Like, it's got nothing to do with what you do or don't do, what actions you take. It's all about where is your awareness? Is your awareness on there's something I need to fix? Then if your awareness is on something I need to fix, then you're going to get more of things that you need to fix, because that's where your awareness is. So whatever's happening and appearing on the outside, you could even if it's the opposite, right? Still observe it as something, as this is just part, like this is the old story falling apart. Yay, it's going, like I've already dealt with that old story. It's no longer me. You take your awareness from it. You will observe it. You don't deny it. You don't have to deny it and say it doesn't exist, because then you're actually just creating more resistance. So it's observing it as one potential movie. So it's one script, and then bringing yourself back to the desired reality. Now, the other thing to be aware of is that when you are manifesting, and I don't even like the word manifesting, because it sort of has this implication that we're creating something that doesn't already exist, but everything already exists. So I like to use the word more observing, okay, because all realities exist simultaneously. So when you're observing, observing, right, there is only now. There is only now. Then there's another now moment, another no now. There's no future and there's no past. So when you're in your imagination and you're imagining something as true, okay, you imagine yourself with, the financial freedom to travel, to do whatever you want. You imagine yourself with your ideal partner and you're in this loving relationship. Just using a particular scene, whatever it is, a short scene, as Neville Goddard teaches. But what you have to realize is that you're not doing it to create something. You're not doing it waiting for it to happen outside of you, because there is only now. Which means that if you can imagine it and you're feeling the emotions of it and you're seeing yourself in it, that is, you're actually experiencing it right now. There's no separation between mind and reality. It's one and the same. So if you're experiencing it right now, and then you're looking for it, well, where is it now? I don't see it in my reality. What have you just done? You've just given your awareness to the external reality as being reality and not your internal reality, imagination, consciousness, which Neville Goddard always says, consciousness is the one and only reality. Meaning that whatever you've just imagined, you've already experienced it. You have it. You don't need to look for it. You don't need to try and wrestle with the circumstances and try and make it happen, because you already have it. Now, your physical senses may not yet be observing it, but that is because you have been focused on your physical external reality for so long that it takes a consistent shifting of awareness to understand that imagination and internal reality, consciousness, awareness, whatever you want to call it, is the only reality. So when you've experienced it, you have experienced it. You don't need to be looking for it anymore outside of you. The more you're looking for it outside of you, the more you're keeping it separate from you. You're then saying that mind and reality are separate. Here's one reality, and it is. I mean, it's just a different state of consciousness. So your physical senses is a state of consciousness that has been fixated on this old version. Not even an old version, it's an alternate reality. It's an alternate movie that you're watching, because that will continue to play out. As you move in and out, you know, you might, hot, cold, fulfillment, non-fulfillment, fulfillment, non-fulfillment. That's because they all exist. They both exist simultaneously. So it's not about changing or expecting it, waiting for it to happen. Well, I've done this, so now it has to happen. And then you try and control how it happens, getting all flustered and bothered when things appear as opposite, even though that's just a different state of consciousness. And if you're in the state of waiting, then what are you going to experience? You're going to experience more of waiting. So it is all about recognizing and accepting your inner reality as truth, and continually, and you will waver. Okay, you will waver in and out. But it doesn't matter. It hasn't paused anything, it hasn't stopped anything, because that other reality is still playing along simultaneously. That state of consciousness still exists. Hasn't stopped, hasn't come to a halt. It's existing. So it's simply remembering, what am I being aware of right now? Who am I being? If you're looking for it outside of you, where are you coming from? You're coming from lack. You're coming from non-fulfillment. So now I'm going to get you to, if you've got any questions, now is the time to be asking them. I am just going to be going in and to the group here and seeing, there was one this morning, which I'm going to answer. Let's go. So I'm going to answer this one, and meantime, if you want to put in your questions. Now, I did enable questions. I don't know. I can't see any comments. Again, which is really annoying. I did enable them. So I apologise. I'll try and go on here and see them. Okay, but I've got this one from this morning, which was in the group. Okay, so how to believe and convince myself that reconciliation and him being in love with me is possible after a bad past and bad breakup because of me. To manifest, do I have to believe it is possible? I feel like after such circumstances, people don't give another chances. That him knowing third party and remembering my behaviour, it is obvious he chooses her like psychological facts. That is how it works. Are these my limiting beliefs? Do I have, and how to break it in my mind? It's not just limiting beliefs, okay? What you're doing is observing one movie, one state of consciousness where that story is playing out. Okay, you're the character in that particular story. Now, as I was just explaining earlier, we're not trying to change that story because that script is already written. What we're doing is choosing a different state of consciousness where none of that needs to be even resolved. None of that needs to be fixed. Okay? In this new story, you have what you want. But in this new story, you have to become aware of who you are being. Okay, in a relationship, any relationship, okay? I have always been loved. I've always been in healthy relationships. I've always been loyal, committed. Okay, that is your identity. So you don't need to worry about any of this scenario that's going on, because what you're doing is getting caught in the movie and trying to change the current script. Instead, as the I am awareness. Now, what is awareness? Awareness is the observer. Awareness is the one that is witnessing all of your thoughts, all of the circumstances. You can even witness your breath. That is awareness. Awareness is not the mind. It's not the beliefs. It's not the limiting beliefs. It's not the stories. It's not the emotions. It is one that is aware of them all. So from the I am, you can claim and choose to be this version of reality where you have what you want. You don't need to work on your self-concept. You don't need to bang yourself affirmations all day telling yourself how amazing you are. You just need to choose and occupy and assume yourself to be this identity. And anytime you fall out of it, just bring yourself back there. Bring your awareness back there. Bring your awareness back onto what it is you do want. All right, so let me just have a look here and see. Okay, now I don't see any comments on, even on this here. But if any of you have any questions or you'd like, please type them in now. And I can answer them for you here. I'm not sure why. Oh, I did see some comments before, because I remember Scott said something or other. Oh yeah, you're so right on. Yep, so you did say something, but I'm not seeing any questions yet. But if you do, please, this is the last live. Hi Janet, how are you? Good to have you here. Yeah, so this is the last live for the end of the year, because it's only 2 weeks until Christmas. Once again, this year has gone very, very fast. Hi Shay, nice to have you here. No questions, okay. That's fine. So what you can do, okay, so this is the end of the year and we're coming into the new year. And although time doesn't really mean anything, okay, time is because there's only now, right? But I want you to think about continually bringing yourself into the now moment and accepting that what you want, you already have. You have it right now by giving it to yourself. Okay, Carl has a question. So wanting to increase financially, is it a matter of staying in a mindset of gratitude? Gratitude can help, but it's more about you assuming that you are already wealthy. You're already abundant, because as the I am, as your true nature, you do have everything that you want. Your true nature is abundance. Okay? Money is just the material expression of that. So what comes first? The money or the awareness of I am financially free? My wealth is increasing every single day. Not in the future, right now. Right now, do I feel and know without a doubt that I am financially free? Your circumstances might not show that, but that's because where has your awareness been for most of your life, or however long? Has your awareness been on, I don't have enough? And if you're honest with yourself, it would be that. Okay? So again, abundance is your true nature. It lacks nothing. It needs nothing. It has everything that it's want. Money is energy. And it's the material expression of the energy that we create within. So where does your focus go? Your focus goes on to resting in the awareness, in the knowing that I am already that. I am financially free. I don't need anything. I don't need it. I don't need anything outside of me because I have it. Okay, Shay, a question has come to mind. Once you know you have it, do you still keep affirming until it shows up? In my experience, no. Some people may have a different experience because that's what they believe. But for me personally, and for a lot of others, when you know you have it, if you have, okay, just say you actually did have what you want, would you be still affirming for it? No. Like, I have this iPad. Am I affirming all day saying, I've got an iPad, I have an iPad, I have an amazing iPad? No. I would look at it and go, oh, where did I put my iPad? Like, you've got it, you've already got it. So you don't have to affirm for it. In fact, it will come much faster if you can detach from it completely. Detach from actually needing the thing. It will come a lot faster. Okay, let's go back here. Basically, once you feel for food, you still separate. Okay, I've answered that state mind of your new story. Only if you find yourself in the old story, in a unwanted, then bring your awareness back to the new story so that you're back in it, right? So it's only really just to get yourself out of where your awareness has been, right? And then, yes, just if you wanted to do any sort of techniques, I'm not a big fan of techniques because it's not actually the technique that manifests anything. It is you and your awareness and where your awareness, it really comes down to, and that's why The Power of Awareness is such an amazing book. The first chapter is I Am, and everything in that book, in Neville Goddard's book, The Power of Awareness, is that you need to know is in that book. But yeah, for me, when you detach from something, when you no longer emotionally need it, you're not focusing on it, like where is it, then it just shows up. Things unfold effortlessly then, and you don't even notice the unfolding. You don't even notice the unfolding because you're not watching it like a hawk trying to monitor and control it. It just unfolds effortlessly. It's okay. Affirming just feels weird now. Exactly. It does. It would feel weird. It feels like, yes, if you have a car in your driveway, you don't sit around all day saying, I love my new car, I love my new car. You already have it. It becomes like, oh, the only thing you'd be thinking is things like, oh, where did I put the keys for my car? Where did I hang my key? Like, think in terms of already having it and thinking from it, not of it. You've got to think from it, not of it. It is a fight with your five senses, you're right. Yes, exactly, Scott. It can be definitely a fight with your five senses, and because we're so accustomed to believing that what is external is something separate from us. And even when affirming, my mind does know the new story, the old thoughts no longer. Even when affirming, my mind does know the new story, the old thoughts no longer come up. That's good. And if they do come up, then affirmations do help. Yes. Yeah, just do the only thing that you'd use affirmations or techniques for is to just simply shift your awareness back to where it needs to be. Suggestions to detach. Okay. Detach would be to simply focus on yourself. So if your dominant awareness has been on the thing outside of you, something external to you, is to bring your awareness back to yourself, okay? And focus on, I am abundance, I am free, I'm loved, I'm chosen, or I am the one that chooses. I prefer that to I am chosen, because I am chosen kind of implies that there's something outside of you to choose you. So I don't actually like I am chosen. I am the one choosing. I am my own top priority. And you don't have to say these 100,000 times a day like a maniac, okay? it's just when you say it once, you should feel it. You should feel it and know it. And I can't really explain what it feels like, but it feels like as you say it, it's a knowing. That's the only thing I can explain it. And it begins to feel like desperation once your mind has accepted the news story. Like you said, why would you affirm for your iPad? Exactly. Why would you? Yes, so that's good. Think from it. Think from it. What would I be thinking and doing if I already had it? Say it's a person, your ideal partner. Oh, I better remind them today we've got that appointment. Or I better remind them I'm looking forward to our dinner tonight. Or what? Thinking from it would be even, let's plan a holiday together. See, that's thinking from it. You're not saying, where is the partner? You're saying, let's plan a holiday together. Start even going online and Googling things, you don't have to do this, but it's kind of like you're actually then participating in that movie. And you're thinking from it, not when's he going to show up differently? When's he this third party, whatever scenarios that's in this completely different movie. You don't want to be playing in that movie anymore. You don't want to be thinking in that movie. And it will be a battle for a while because your emotional state has attached to that familiar feeling of that old story. Okay, so you're emotionally attached to it. So emotionally attaching to a new story, and you have to make it not conditional on anything outside of you. Anything at all. Doesn't matter what the hell they're doing on the outside. I could, told you they never want to see you again. If it's money, you could, have to pay rent next week and you haven't got any money. And I know, okay? So when you think of that story, I have to pay rent next week and I haven't got any money. Your emotional reaction to that is a feeling of familiarity, okay? It's a feeling of scarcity. It's a feeling of fear. So you will initially have to train your body to have a different emotional state. So you initially will have to saturate your mind until it feels natural, until you feel like it's being accepted. And this is why Neville Goddard talks about saturate your mind and then the 6 days, like the Sabbath. He talks about the Sabbath, right? Once you've accepted it, that's when you let it go. And that's exactly what the Sabbath is letting go. It's letting go and just allowing it to piece by piece fall into your reality. And you kind of won't even notice it happening. And to even yourself or even others around you, like looking back, it will all look like logical, or there'll be some sort of logical explanation, but it wasn't logical. It was all you and the state that you've been occupying. So if there's no other questions, this is your last chance. If not, we will be ending this here. Now I need some water, so it's probably very good timing. And this will be replayed in the group. Excuse me. immediately after it's finished. So thank you for those who attended. Thank you for your questions. And yeah, I will see you all soon. Bye for now.